Good evening and welcome, race fans. Tonight we're back here with IWCR tonight at Homestead for their fourth race of the season here, brand new season. And we've got the points are shaping up here pretty nicely. We do have a three-way tie for third, fourth, and fifth, but getting right to the points here. Jesse Schwartz took over the points lead last week. So he will have the most points here with 137 points. Galen Gidman picked up one position in the points as well. He'll be 124 points. That is only 13 behind the leader. Robbie Vrabel picking up 3 positions and moving into the third spot here, actually tied for third, 27 points back with 110 points. Bentley Glazer fourth, actually dropped 3 positions, having a bad race last week, but he is tied there with Robbie Vrabel in fourth. Bernard Person, fifth place, again tied. And then we have a two-way tie back here for sixth and seventh. Thomas Brandner dropping a couple of positions, and he is 35 points behind with 102 points, tied with Ross Cato with 102 points. And eighth place goes to Jordan Churchill, which Jordan picked up 3 positions last week. He is 40 points behind. Justin Warner picked up 5 positions last week in 9th place, 42 points behind. And Logan Powers dropped 1 position, rounds out the top 10 here, 44 points behind. So we'll try to get I was going to try to do a little pre-race interview here with somebody. I've got Robbie Vrabel lined up. Let me see if I can get Robbie up here, and we'll see if we can't get a word in with Robbie. Robbie, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing?
Sorry, I know I said I'd poke you, and I didn't. I apologize. Talk about, we picked up 3 positions in the points last week, and you're now tied for third between you, Bentley Glazer, and Bernard Person. How's that making your season shape up here so far?
We had a solid run last week at Auto Club, and that's pretty cool that we got a 3-way tie for third. Points battle's pretty tight. I know Jesse and Galen got a pretty good lead up there, but it's still pretty early in the season. Anything can happen. We just take it 1 week at a time.
Well, how's the car feeling out there on the track tonight? I guess that's the $1,000,000 question.
This car, it's almost like a Cadillac, man. It takes it about 5 or 6 for it to come in and get real consistent, and it looks like Jesse's got a lot more short run speed than we do, but this thing feels really good. It's super comfortable. It's a lot of fun to drive. I was out there doing a run not too long ago, and I was everywhere. I could put it up against the wall in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and was having fun. I could run it right along that white line and had some real good drive off. I could also put it in the middle and have some speed. So it's a fun car to drive, man. I'm excited for the race. I hope it's a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. Well, going to Gateway next week, what do you think after following a mile-and-a-half track like Homestead, going to the shorter track of Gateway?
Oh, man, to be honest with you, I wish I had a simulate button so I could just simulate 2 weeks from now. I'm not really looking forward to Gateway in the car. We didn't do too bad last year in this series in the truck. It was fun. I enjoyed the truck race. I still remember that race very, very clearly because Jesse had the truck to beat, and I took 2 tires at the end, and he kind of got into turn 1 and cleaned house on us. It was funny as all get out, man. I still tease Jesse about it. Every time we talk, I like to joke with him and tease him about that. So I don't know how it'll be in the Cup car. To be honest with you, last year I didn't buy Gateway up until about 10 minutes before the race started for the truck. I didn't run a lap. I just got the setup from Bentley, went in and drove the hell out of it, and put myself in a position to have a top 3 or go for a win. I've never turned a lap there in a Cup car, so I don't know what it'll be like.
All right, Robbie, well, good luck out there tonight. We're going to try to get a word in with one more driver, so I wish you the best.
Thank you, sir. Have fun calling this one. It's going to be fun seeing this one fan out.
Yes, sir. All right, let me see if I can get Justin Warner up here, maybe. Justin Warner, you got a copy?
I do, Rudy.
Well, Justin, let's talk about picking up 5 positions last week and making it into the top 10 in the points here. A great finish for you. What do you feel like going in here to Homestead this week?
I actually feel pretty good. Working with my teammates and getting a good setup going on. and I think we came up with something pretty good here at the today, and I do believe we're going to finish up pretty good, at least in the top 5.
Very good, very good. Well, I know you're probably wanting to turn as many laps out there as you can, but good luck out there tonight, Justin. Hopefully you can pick up 3 more positions or 5 more positions, huh?
Yeah, indeed.
All right, good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
All right, folks, we're coming down to a minute and a half left in the race here, and they will be heading to qualify. We'll step away real quick, play our national anthem, and be back right after that. Thanks for joining us, folks. We appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to like the video as long as you're there. We appreciate that.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we're back here, qualifying underway, folks, and thank you again for joining us here for race number 4 of the IWCR 10th season here with IWCR, and we've got a pretty big shake up there in the points after last week with Robbie Vrabel picking up 3 positions and moving into 3rd, and Justin Warner picking up 5 positions, and rolling into 9th, and Jordan Churchill also picking up 3 positions and moving into 8th. So big shake-up in the points last week. Some guys ran well, some guys got taken out. It was an interesting race. We'll We'll see how good they do here tonight at the 1.5 miles of Homestead. $125 laps will be turning here tonight, folks. So far, Justin Warner coming away with the pole position. Haven't seen Jesse Schwartz take a time yet. Josh did, but not Jesse. At least he's not in the top 15 anyhow. There's Jesse, just finally turning his first lap. Jesse fastest in practice. Let's see if he can back that up with a qualifying time to match. And he does. He will bring home the pole so far with a 30.42. Let's see if anybody can top that here before qualifying is over. We've still got a few guys that are going out here to turn qualifying laps, so let's see if they can beat that. If you got your favorite driver here, folks, root them on tonight. Give them the thumbs up. Give them the go get them, or whatever you might say as a race car fan, and root them on here tonight. You got time enough to step away and get something to drink or a snack and be ready for the duration here, folks. So definitely take advantage of that couple of minutes we got left here, about 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in qualifying. Thomas Brandner back in 11th place. He was, I think, second quickest in practice, but obviously not having as good a luck in qualifying out here. The first and only three-time champion here at IWCR, Thomas Brandner, winning his third championship in a row last season. And it's off the gateway next week, folks, for IWCR. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night for the Truck Series. Be going live right about the same time here, 10:50 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget to tune in for that. So that'll be exciting as well. That'll be broadcast on MaxSpeedTV 2. Still got a couple of drivers out here trying to finish up their qualifying laps. They got a little less than a minute here to do so. All right, folks, that's going to wrap up qualifying. We'll get down here now, get everybody on the grid. All right, starting on the pole, Jesse Schwartz grabbing it with a 30.423. Congratulations to him for grabbing the pole. Galen Gidman will start on the outside of the front row. Justin Warner starting third. Jeffrey Porter fourth. Jimmy Mullis fifth. Thomas Keene starting sixth place. Joshua Schwartz seventh. Robbie Vrabel eighth place. Bentley Glazer ninth. Stephen Pearson rounding out the top 10. Thomas Brainerd coming in 11th. Colton Davis starting 12th. Nathan Sedlick 13th. Bernard Person in 14th. Ross Cato starting 15th. Jordan Churchill 16th. Kevin Spalding 17th. Randall Drake 18th. Tyler Stooksbury in 19th. Scott Bolster starting 20th. Logan Powers 21st. Robert Riley 22nd. Tony Pizarro, first one to not take a qualifying time. And I'm understanding he is having some mic issues tonight, but he will start 23rd. Chris Pence 24th. Roger Wagner 25th. Mark Robertson 26th. Brent Lay 27th. Michael Warren starting 28th. I had to do that, didn't I? My bad. All right, they're rolling out. Michael Warren sitting out tonight, but he is in chat, rooting his teammate on. That's cool. Having a nice ice cold beer, watching the show. That's cool. All right, folks, here we go. Pace car's in. Green, green, green. Gidman already a couple of tenths back. Everybody's trying to find the grip here. Bentley Glazer coming up on the outside here of Robbie Vrabel. Following right behind Joshua Schwartz. Boyd Thomas keying way up the hill. That's going to cost him a lot of positions. Thomas Brander slipping by on the bottom. Warner still hanging on to third. Jimmy Mullis taking a look there on the inside for just a quick second, but didn't have the right line, or something did not look right to him. Tyler Stooksbury getting around Bernard Person. Good racing back here in the field. Big field here tonight. 27 drivers take to the track. Kevin Spaulding actually started on pit road. But that's going to put him about 22 seconds behind the leader right now. Roger Wagner going into 15th. After starting 25th, already into 15th. And Jimmy Mullis does clear. Justin Warner goes into third and now sets his sights on Galen Gidman. Gidman running right there in the second place. Only 0.6 of a second off the lead from Jesse Schwartz. Uh-oh. F reporter, okay. Okay, we're seeing damage here on Justin Warner's car. He may have been into someone there. I'm thinking he might have been into maybe Jimmy Mullis when Jimmy passed him. I don't know that for a fact, but the only way you can really get damage on the left side of that car is if you got into somebody that maybe was underneath you. I know he hasn't been into the wall. Oh, he got one off the track. Robert Riley. Another one bites the dust for Robert Riley, not having a good season here at IWCR. He's been trying out this car, and boy, he is not having a good season. Well, he's going to bring the car to pit road and get it looked at. In the meantime, Jesse Schwartz continuing to lead. Now we've got a battle for second. Mullis looks to the inside of Galen Gidman, and he will take that second position from him. Gidman goes back to third. Robbie Vrabel up to fourth. I guess that's how you pick up a bunch of positions out there, is just make sure you do get by some of these drivers. Looks like Robert Riley will be sitting on pit road for a while getting damage fixed up. Joshua Schwartz, 6th place, followed by Bentley Glazer. Bentley coming from 9th up to 7th. One on the move here, Thomas Brander started 11th. He's up to 8th place. Keane finally getting his car settled in here after he kind of lost a few positions. Roger Wagner gets around. Jordan Churchill goes into 14th. Churchill back to 15th. Tony Pizarro. Good to see Tony out here racing this week. Like I said, we might have him in the booth here whenever he gets his mic fixed. Try to see if I can get a word in with Tony maybe over the next week, and maybe he'll join me in the booth next Friday night. Another person close to him. All right, crossing the line and taking lap number 11. We have been caution-free so far. Jeffrey Porter in 10th. This is quite the pack of cars here from Justin, or actually from Thomas Brander on back. These guys are in a pretty tight battle. Joshua Schwartz getting around Justin Warner, so I'm kind of curious as to that damage that he is having on his car right there on the left front. Could be showing a little bit of signs of dropping his speed back a little. And he could be having difficulties with keeping up with these guys. Looks pretty significant to me. I mean, I don't know of how much that's going to come into play for aerodynamics, but it's definitely making an impact on his driving. Another one out of the race. Mark Robertson taking his car behind the wall. Nathan Sedlick in 12th has been steadily catching up to Jeffrey Porter. Roger Wagner now gets into 13th, part of the RPM team. He has definitely been on the march to the front here after starting 25th. Stephen Pearson goes back to 14th. Jordan Churchill 15th, Bernard Person 16th. Let's go back here in the field quite a bit further. Tyler Stooksbury, 22nd position for him. Chris Pence 23rd. Scott Bolster 24th, and Kevin Spaulding not far ahead of the leaders, only about 3 or 4 seconds ahead of the leaders, starting on pit road, is now showed the last one on the lead lap in 25th position. But he's going to have company here because the leaders are coming around. I'll tell you what, Jimmy Mullis is closing that gap on Jesse Schwartz. I would say the Mullis machine has definitely done his homework today. Gidman back to third. Won't be long. Vrabel's going to be up there challenging Gidman for that position. He's been steadily closing on Galen. Brandner into the top 5. Did get around Bentley Glazer. Uh-oh, what happened to Robbie Vrabel? Okay, there we go. Okay, a little... Okay, I see what happened there. Okay, that was weird. And Robert Riley takes his car behind the wall. So, man, another hard hit for Robert Riley. That's my buddy there, man. What a hard hit for him. Bentley Glazer, Joshua Schwartz, Thomas Keene, and Colton Davis now makes it into the top 9. And he's not done yet. He drives around Thomas Keene. I mean, he drove it into turn 1 to complete that pass underneath Thomas Keene. Randall Drake in 18th, right where he started from. New paint job on his car. If we get down here a little closer, folks, you can check that out. I believe there is somebody else is running a paint scheme like this too. This is in support of Tony Stewart. That tomorrow is, Sunday is his final start of the NASCAR season. And he will be retiring, so this is kind of a retro paint scheme of Tony Stewart when he drove the old Home Depot car. I don't know if some of you remember that or not, but been a few years ago. So pretty cool looking car. I'm not sure who the other one was, but somebody else was running one too. Nope, wasn't Kevin. I'm trying to remember who that was that... Oh, Bernard Person. That's the Tony Stewart. That's a Tony Stewart paint scheme too, the number 14. So retro paint scheme for Tony Stewart. Definitely an active part in NASCAR and a very good racer. So we're sad to see him go, but you know it has come that time when the young blood is taken over and time for some of these veterans to step aside, let the young blood get in there and test their skills. And we wish Tony all the best. I know he's had some pretty difficult times, you know, recently here with a lot of things going on, but hopefully he can keep everything in check and enjoy his retirement. Colton Davis actually getting around Bentley Glazer, goes into 6th. And it doesn't look like he's done yet because he's coming up on Robbie Vrabel right now. And he's going to take that position away from Robbie. Holy smokes. That's almost unheard of. You hardly ever see anybody passing up Robbie that easy, but they are teammates. I'm sure they've raced around each other quite a bit. And Thomas Brandner gets around Galen Gidman. Gidman on his way backwards, goes back to the 4th position. Colton Davis getting by Galen Gidman as well. Ay, ay, ay. Thomas Brandner's got to be watching this in his rearview mirror. Colton Davis has like come out of nowhere and has just marched up through a lot of good drivers out here on the track right now. Well, folks, I think it's time for a little crank it up. Let's do this. still in a battle here. Colton Davis still trying to make a run on Thomas Brandner. Thomas is finally going to let him go. I think he just raced him up enough, and he says, you know, all I'm doing is burning up my tires. And the more they race side by side, the further away Jimmy Mullis and Jesse Schwartz were getting. I mean, they're already 4.8 seconds behind the leader now. Bentley Glazer getting around Galen Gidman. Will go into 5th. Gidman back to 6th. Keene 7th. He got around Josh Schwartz. Robbie Vrabel goes back to 9th. And rounding out the top 10 here right now, Jeffrey Porter. And he's got quite the lead over 11th place Roger Wagner. Roger coming from 25th to 11th. Clearly the biggest mover out there tonight. Right behind him, Justin Warner. We talked to Justin there pre-race interview, and it sounded like he was going to have a really good race here tonight, and he did get up there for quite a while. Started 3rd today, and he did get up to 2nd once there, and now he's fallen clear back to 12th place. And he's got Steven Pearson on his tail, as well as Bernard Pearson and Jordan Churchill sitting back here too. And we got Mullis coming to pit road, giving that position up. I catch up with him. He comes to pit road. One of the first ones up in the front here to stop for fresh tires and full fuel. We'll definitely be welcoming those new tires, I can assure you. And I think Jesse Schwartz, yes, our leader, is coming to pit road too. Oh, he's trying to get it woed down before that finish line or pit road line. And wow, hopefully he did it. Well, Colton Davis took over the lead and led that lap, so he'll collect a bonus point because it's been all Jesse Schwartz out front. Be a 4-tire change for Jesse. All right, he's down and away. So, and we have a caution. Oh no, that's not good. I don't know where that caution was. We've got some guys that are on pit road already, so I'm not sure where that caution was. I don't see anybody that was wrecked. I have seen sometimes, because when I hit that, it went right to Jesse Schwartz, so I'm kind of wondering if it was because right where he come off a pit road or something. There is a glitch sometimes. It picks up a glitch. But boy, man, what a tough break for Jesse Schwartz. That's going to put him a lap down now. Oh man, that's not good. Not good at all. Colton Davis will take over the lead here, making, he still has not come to pit road. Pretty much the top 17 have not been to pit road. But the good thing is Jesse and Galen, these guys, they will be able to get back on the lead lap because they've already made their pit stops. They'll just be at the tail end of the lead lap, so they're going to have to definitely work through a lot of traffic to get back up to the front. Looks like Colton Davis will make it out first. He's going to hold on to the top position. Thomas Brander will be second. Thomas Keene third. Bentley Glazer fourth. Roger Wagner fifth. Stephen Pearson sixth. Bernard Person seventh. Jordan Churchill eighth. Robbie Vrabel ninth. And Ross Cato, that'll be your top 10. So let's see if we can't find somebody here to talk to real quick. I'm not seeing. I don't see Logan Powers, so I guess I can't talk to Logan Powers. Nope, can't talk to Logan. How about we talk to Nathan Sedlick? Nathan Sedlick, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Rudy, go ahead.
Well, Nathan, how's the car feeling out there tonight?
A little on the tight side. I'm struggling back here tonight. Let's do the best we can.
Well, I know, yeah, but you're really not running too bad. You're running mid-pack right now. Unfortunate that caught a few good drivers many laps there, a lap down. Excuse me, not many laps, but a lap down. And but it wasn't you. That was, thankfully, you missed out on that, and you come in just at the perfect time. So congrats on that. But well, if you're saying the car's a little bit tight, meaning what in turn 1 and 2, 3 and 4, where's it tight at?
I just tight exit, but I think compared to some teammates out here, I burned up the right front pretty good there that last run. So I need to back it down a little bit or something early on and, save that right front because it was pretty much gone. I couldn't do anything with the car. Guys were tracking me down big time, but, maybe we can do something with it. It's hard to get cautions out here, and some of those guys might not get their laps back, so we'll make the best of it.
Well, I'll tell you what, it probably couldn't have come out at a better time for you than it kept you on the lead lap, and now you got 4 fresh tires, so just try to save that right front.
Yeah, 10-4, Rudy. Appreciate it, man.
All right, good luck, brother. Okay, so Colton Davis, after starting 12th today, marched himself all the way up to the lead here now, and man, he's done a great job with it. But I still say the one that's been on the move all race long and the biggest mover was Roger Wagner. After starting 25th, finds himself in 5th here. This is pretty amazing. Good driving, Roger. Looks like another new paint scheme on that car. Buffalo Wild Wings. I guess I have seen that. Never mind. All right, we're ready to go green here, folks. Get them back going. They'll be restarting on lap 40. So laps are winding down. Pace car's in. And there goes Colton. Thomas Brander right on the gas, too. Bentley Glazer getting a run, trying to get a run on the outside right now for 3rd to get by Thomas Keene. Keene really strong on that bottom. Maybe trying to come up underneath Thomas Brander to go into 2nd. And it looks like he's going to be able to do it. Out there burning them tires up first thing. He wants to get that bonus point out of the way. Oh, a little loose coming off of 4, and that's going to let Brander get back by on the outside. Gordon Churchill, 6th place. Robbie Vrabel marching back up through here as he passes up Stephen Pearson. And now he takes a look to the inside of Jordan Churchill, and he's going to get a twofer right there. 2 in 1 lap. Good job for Robbie Vrabel. He seems extremely strong on new tires. But boy, once they fall off, he really starts falling backwards. So let's see if he can get up there. Maybe a caution come out. Maybe it'll get him, in a better track position here to get back up to the front. And he goes to the inside of Roger Wagner. Taking it right down on that white line. Golly, man, I thought that was no man's land down there, but apparently he made it work. But Roger beats him to the line that time. Roger not giving up without a fight, I can tell you that. He's not going to just pull over and let Robbie go. Oh, we have a caution. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, that's a big one here, folks. Nathan Sedlick caught up into that. Oh. Okay, let's go back and take a look. I don't think he caused it. I think he was caught up in it or something here. From what I kind of caught out of my peripheral vision. Going into turn 3. And we had somebody down there on the bottom. Looks like Justin Warner that caught the apron. It really upset that car. And the number 56 of Jimmy Mullis comes up into Nathan Sedlick, and that it was on from there. Going to collect Joshua Schwartz, Justin Warner, all these guys. Jesse Schwartz caught up into that. Oh no. Jesse's going to get some damage on that as well. Looks like he's going to coast into the inside wall here, and he's going to get some damage. But boy, we had a lot of big hitters. These guys took some big hits. So hopefully Jesse's car's okay. But we got another brand new leader out here. Stephen Pearson, the only one that stayed out. Brandner did finally get to lead some laps there. Pearson will lead that lap as Brandner brings him to pit road. There he's down and away. Colton Davis coming out right behind him. And I don't know how, but Thomas King got out of Brandner. I don't know. Hopefully there wasn't a speeding penalty in that, but well, this has took out a lot of good drivers out here tonight, folks. Sitting on pit road is Nathan Sedlick, Justin Warner, Joshua Schwartz, Chris Pence, Ross Cato, and Jesse Schwartz. Out of the race, Jimmy Mullis. Another one out of the race. Him and Kevin Spaulding. And Tyler Stooksbury sitting on pit road. All right, well, that will give the lead back to Thomas, or up to Thomas Keene. That will make him, he will lead his first lap of the race here, Thomas Keene. Well, let me see if I can get a word in with Thomas Keene. Thomas Keene, you got a copy?
Yeah, how's it going, bud?
Hey, it's going. What's it like out there on the track tonight? Both the competition level's really tough out there tonight.
Oh, it is. Everyone's really close there, but it's lots of fun. It feels good to be up there with these guys finally. It's been a rough season in both series, so definitely being up here is it feels good, but it's fun. Everyone's definitely competitive and a lot of close racing, a lot of give and take, so it's definitely making racing worth it.
Well, we seen you at the beginning of the race there kind of get shuffled back a little bit. Was it a product of getting up the track just a little bit too far, or were you kind of wanting to feel out what the competition was going to be like here and see where you needed to work on?
A little bit of both. I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know how aggressive everyone was going to be at the beginning. And then I did get a little bit too high there, but so I guess it kind of benefited me because then I went to the back of the pack and I just took care of my stuff there, and I started picking off a few cars there toward the end of the run before the green flag pit stops came out. But so, I just wanted to feel, I actually wanted that to happen because it made me get a good feel of the car. Now I know it does over the course of 30 to 35 laps. So I feel we'll be okay. I don't know if we'll try to get this thing in the victory lane, but we definitely have a car that can definitely compete for a top 5 or so.
Okay, we'll let you get back at it. Lights are out. You're doubled up and ready to go back green. So go get them, Thomas.
I thank you, really appreciate it, bud.
Yep. All right, down to 18 cars on the lead lap here, folks. Joshua Schwartz and Justin Warren are still on pit road. And that was caution number 2, folks. Hayes car's in, and there goes Thomas Keene on the gas, and Colton Davis got a good start here on Thomas Brandner. Robbie Vrabel taking it to the bottom. He wants that position away from Thomas Brandner. Bentley Glazer inside Roger Wagner. Them two have been battling for a while now. Just can't seem to shake one another. Vrabel up to 3rd. Brandner 4th. Roger Wagner 5th and Bentley Glazer 6th. Jeffrey Porter goes into 7th. Bernard Person having an amazing night here tonight. He's coming from 14th up to 8th. This is good. Logan Powers starting 21st, and he is running in 9th place now. Randall Drake rounds out the top 10. Waiting to see what Jesse Schwartz is going to do here. He is kind of taking it a little bit easy right now. I think he really lucked out on that caution that he did not get more damage than that. It was just a slight tap to the inside pit wall there, and not a whole lot of damage on his car. That's really good news for him. They both cleared Scott Bolster. Bolster goes back to 15th. Brent Lay 16th. Robbie Vrabel continues his march to the front. Now takes up 2nd from Colton Davis. And Colton under fire from Thomas Brandner. Brandner takes it to the bottom. He's going to clear him. Brandner back to 3rd. Roger Wagner taking a look. Keene with a whole lot of company up here. Robbie Vrabel right there knocking on his door. Vrabel to the outside. And he will drive around the outside of Thomas Keene. And this will be his first lap led today as he crosses the finish line. Robbie Vrabel collecting that bonus point. That's how important it is, folks. Roger Wagner finally getting away from Bentley Glazer, is trying to track down Thomas Brandner. Brandner just about 0.6 of a second, half a second ahead of him. Good battle going on back here between Jordan Churchill and Jesse Schwartz. Schwartz going to pull out, and he goes to the inside of Jordan Churchill, and Jesse goes back into 11th. That was our pole sitter, folks. Stephen Pearson closing up on Jordan now. Keene about 0.4 of a second off the bumper. Robbie Vrabel there in second place. Got up there and led a couple of laps, and I think he feels good about that. And Robbie's got to really be feeling great right now, coming from 8th place and finally getting to lead his first lap here a couple laps ago. So grabbing that point coming into tonight, he was tied for 3rd with Bentley Glazer and Bernard Person. They were just 27 points out of the lead for the points, only 13 points behind Galen Gidman. And Gidman is way back in 11th place at the moment. Randall Drake going backwards. Jesse Schwartz gets around him. Jesse Schwartz trying to pass on the outside of Jeff Porter. Yeah, I've already played it twice, but I can do it again. Or once, I guess. I already did it once, but I'll do it again. Let's do the crank it up for the fans, folks. All right, that does put us just a little over the halfway mark here, folks. One that's led to most laps tonight so far has been Jesse Schwartz, and he is on the move back to the front. Up to 8th place after starting on the pole. And getting trapped a lap down when that caution come out. He just happened to be coming off pit road when that caution come out and went a lap down. Got his lap back and was close. He actually did get caught up into that wreck because he was back there, and just got a minimal amount of damage by getting into the inside wall on the front stretch there, and hopefully he's got that car fixed up enough that it's running okay now, because he is back on his move back to the front. Ross Cato back in 16th place. He's got a little bit of damage. Chris Pence, heavy damage on Chris's car. Now these guys running 16th and 17th. Looks like Logan Powers has taken his car behind the wall. So another one out of the race. Down to 17 drivers left in the race here, folks. Stephen Pearson getting around Randall Drake. Will go into 11th. Brent Lay in 14th. Scott Bolster 15th. It won't be long. Chris Pence is going to have company. He's not that far ahead of the leaders at the moment. I don't know if we can get a look back from Chris's car. It looks like he's about, maybe just about a straightaway ahead of the leader, Robbie Vrabel. He's still running some pretty fast times. Yeah, he's going into 4 as Robbie's coming out of turn 2. Or he's going into 3 as Robbie's coming out of turn 2. If we go back here and we'll see if we can get a look ahead and get a view up there to Chris Pence. You can see him going into turn 1 up just up ahead. And Brander goes to second after he gets around Thomas Keene. Roger Wagner fourth. Colton Davis now trying to make a run on Roger. Roger has him at the line. Colton Davis drives it into one hard. Roger goes back to 5th. Bentley Glazer having a much better week this week after dropping a bunch of positions in points there. He lost 3 positions. Had the points lead going into last week and come out of it being 4th in the points. But he's tied with Robbie Vrabel and Bernard Persons for 3rd, 4th, and 5th there. Gussie Schwartz 7th. Coming up through the field. Bernard Person in the Tony Stewart retro paint scheme. Everybody out here giving props to Tony Stewart in support of this being his final season, and tomorrow or Sunday being his final race of his career in NASCAR. So that's pretty cool. Well, thank you again, Tony, for being a great NASCAR driver, and a lot of fans have really liked you over the years, and we're sure going to miss you. I can tell you that. I broadcasted a race not far back. If you guys remember that, actually Tony Stewart was in. I don't know if y'all remember that, the Mobile One Challenge race there, that the bunch of pro drivers in there, and Tony Stewart was actually in there racing. They raced at Pocono over the Gen 6. But I heard he did have a lot of complaints about the car, as far as it not even feeling nowhere close to the real thing, because he struggled all race long. Well, Keene back into second, Colton Davis back into third, and Brandner is in fourth. This is about the time Brandner's tires start really falling off. And Bentley Glazer gets around Roger Wagner, goes into fifth place. So some guys are still passing. Some guys have the longer setups, the long run setups, and it's showing here now. I got to give it up to my buddy Roger Wagner, though, man. He's been hanging up here after starting 25th. He's been hanging right up in the into the top 10 and doing quite good, man. I'm super impressed with the job he's been doing today. Jesse Schwartz, 7th. He wants to get closer to the front. He's led 32 laps today, the most of anybody, but he has not been able to get back to the front since. Oh, into the wall he goes. Oh, that's tough to recuperate from right there. And we've seen Bernard Persson go way down off the track. I don't know what happened there, but he gets it gathered up, but he's going to lose a couple of positions. Colton Davis chasing down Robbie Vrabel. This is a repeat of what that first green flag run was like, as Robbie was out, or Jesse was out there, and it didn't take long once Colton got clear of the traffic to reel in Jesse and pass him. So we're looking at probably the same thing happening here shortly. So I would say Colton Davis has got a great long run setup, whatever you want to call it. Keene's still hanging on to third. Coming to about 35 to go the next time around, folks. So laps are winding down. And Robbie Vrabel's probably watching his relative right now, watching his teammate Colton Davis coming up on him. I know I would be. Jesse Schwartz, Randall Drake has come to pit road. They're just now coming off pit road. But we're going to start seeing pit stops happening here, folks. Robbie coming up on lap traffic. Colton Davis going to pass him now. Colton Davis goes into the lead. Boy, it didn't take him long to get by Robbie, did it? Came from a couple of seconds back, and it didn't take long, and he was right up there challenging him for that lead. And Robbie didn't fight him. He just let him go. There's no sense in fighting with a guy that's definitely way faster than you are, right? Roger Wagner still hanging on to 5th. Jeffrey Porter 6th. Jordan Churchill 7th. Stephen Pearson is coming to pit road. He's given up 8th place. He'll go back to 9th. Bernard Person will be 10th. He's coming to pit road. We've already had a few guys that have been in on pit road. Ross Cato, Thomas Brander, Jesse Schwartz, Randall Drake, Galen Gidman, and Scott Bolster. These guys have already been to pit road. And they hopefully will be getting their laps back here once these guys do start pitting. Colton Davis coming to pit road. And Robbie Vrabel. That'll give the lead back up to Thomas Keene. Roger Wagner will be second. Roger, I'm sure, probably wanting to stay out there to lead a lap. I think he's hoping Thomas Keene's going to be pitting here shortly, and he may get his choice. And I think it's going to happen. Keene coming to pit road, maybe, maybe not. Nope, not yet. Here comes Brander, fresh tires. Brander's going to pick up a few positions. He drives around Roger Wagner. Jesse Schwartz gets around Roger. Now they're looking for Thomas Keene. He's not that far ahead of them. Get back on the lead lap the old-fashioned way. Just him and Roger Wagner on the lead lap right now. Everybody else is a lap down. Brander passing up Ross Cato to go into 4th. Now he's trying to chase down Chris Pence. Chris Pence running in 3rd with a lot of damage on his car, so I don't think he's going to be that fast. Thomas should be able to get by him easily. He's going to go to the outside. And he'll clear Chris Pence and go into 3rd. And Keene coming to pit road. Roger Wagner's already on pit road. That's going to put Thomas Brander in 2nd place. Brander's trying to get up there in as Keene just now got in his pit stall and is changing his tires. Brander's going to pass him up with ease here and go into the lead one more time. Jesse Schwartz 2nd. Pit stops are working in their favor right now, folks. Colton Davis battling with Jesse Schwartz. Gets around him. Vrabel closing in on Jesse Schwartz. That would be for 3rd if Vrabel can get by Jesse. Bentley Glazer 5th place. Galen Gidman 6th. Randall Drake 7th. Chris Pence still out there. He's gone backward, but he's back to 8th. Ross Cato 9th. Now that we've got everybody done pitting here, it looks like everybody's back on the lead lap. But the one that's about to go a lap down is the one just ahead of Thomas Brandner, Scott Bolster. Am I too loud or too soft there, Dave? I've been kind of messing with my mic a little bit and trying to figure maybe getting a little bit closer to my mouth, but turn it down so it's not quite so loud, and then I don't have to yell so loud or talk so loud or whatever. I don't want to overmodulate either. Vrabel does do away with Jesse Schwartz, and he will be hunting down Colton Davis. This all happening about 3/4 of a lap behind, or 3/4 of a second behind Thomas Brandner. They have been closing that gap up steadily. Well, so far tonight, folks, we've had 2 cautions for 7 laps and 8 lead changes out front. That's pretty good odds here for almost 100 laps. Cool, thank you. I just want to make sure I'm not too loud. You can hear the cars and hear me without me overmodulating. Well, they're going to pass up Scott Bolster. Scott will go a lap down now. Brandner, boy, he is, I don't know if he's made some adjustment on that car or what, but he's definitely not having a problem staying ahead of these guys. Excuse me, ahead of these guys, even though they are closing just a little bit. Down to a half a second. I know Thomas may have been working on that car throughout the race to get it faster. He's just got to make sure he's got it in position here when it comes down to the end of this race. I'm not positive on it, but I think they're going to have to stop one more time for fuel, folks. Jesse Schwartz falling back quite a ways now behind them 3 up front. A long ways back to Bentley Glazer in 5th place. He's trying to catch up with Roger Wagner. He's still running in 9th position. Randall Drake rounding out the top 10. And that's going to change as Jeffrey Porter just drove by. Great run out of turn 4 right there, passing up Randall Drake. Brent Lay on pit road. I think he may be getting damage fixed up. And Colton Davis for the lead. Him and Robbie Vrabel both got around Thomas Brandner. Brandner goes back to 3rd. Well, he was out there and led 13 laps, so that's great. Shout out to Tom Brandner watching. Hopefully Tom's in chat here watching Thomas race tonight. So far, the leaders that we've had, Colton Davis has led 12 laps. Robbie Vrabel's led 27, Thomas Brandner 13, Jesse Schwartz 32, Thomas Keene 14, and Stephen Pearson 1. That's been pretty much all the leaders out there. Yep, that's all the leaders. Well, folks, we have no broadcast tomorrow, but we will be back Sunday, continuing on with the schedule here at MaxSpeedTV. You can check out our website at MaxSpeedTV.com or follow us on MaxSpeedTV, follow us on Facebook at Facebook.com/MaxSpeedTV. Too many things going on tonight. I'm all flustered here. Brandner back to third. Jesse Schwartz under fire from Bentley Glazer, and that would be for fourth place. He does clear him. Schwartz goes back to fifth. Now Thomas Keene coming up on Jesse Schwartz. He got a good run there out of turn 4. I know Jesse was on a different pit strategy than these guys, and I think he needs new tires right now. I don't believe they can make it the rest of the way on fuel, so I'm not sure when we're going to start seeing people come to pit road. Jesse back to 6th. Galen Gidman, 7th place for Galen. Started 2nd today, and he's fallen all the way back to 7th. Stephen Pearson started 10th, running in 8th. Roger Wagner driving around Ross Cato there. Ross a lap down in 15th. Roger started 25th, running in 9th. Jeffrey Porter started 4th. And is back here just inside the top 10. Colton Davis putting on a clinic out here, showing these guys how to do it. He wasn't very fast at the beginning of this run, but boy, look at him now. Everybody else has kind of faded back, and he is taking over the lead. And he is on a mission here to probably try to lead the most laps, and there is enough laps for him to do it. He is definitely pulled away from his teammate, Robbie Vrabel. 1.1 seconds back to Robbie. back to 5th place, Bentley Glazer. He's still ahead of Jesse Schwartz. So Jesse, which led 32 laps earlier, is now back in 6th place. Had the fastest car in practice, took the pole here, and now finds himself in 6th and can't get his way back to the front. King got around Brandner. These guys are racing it up pretty hard here coming down to the closing laps. Well, I hope everybody's having a fine Friday evening here. Thanks for joining us, folks, on MaxSpeedTV once again. We appreciate that. Make sure you hit that like button under the video, and if it's your first time here, folks, please subscribe. Don't forget to get that subscribe in there. And, yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, man, keeping us company here in chat. We got a couple of admins in there, a couple of moderators watching chat, and you can talk it up with them. I can't type, but I can talk to you. If you have a question or you say something in there, I usually read chat, and if I can't answer it, maybe my moderators can. And thank you to Joshua and Dave for sitting in there in the moderator seat and kind of keeping an eye on chat and chatting it up with you. Thank you, guys. Bentley Glazer got around Thomas Brandner. He goes into 4th. Oh, he was a little loose right there coming out of turn 4. And apparently it's looking like these guys are going to go the rest of the way. I didn't think they'd have enough fuel to make it the rest of the way, but obviously I was wrong. Colton Davis 3 seconds ahead of Robbie Vrabel. I don't know if Brandner can get back up there with, if he can get back up there with Bentley Glazer or not. If he's got anything left in that car saved up, now's the time he's going to have to use it. They're inside 10 to go. He might have backed off a little bit to cool them tires off and might make a late race challenge here on Bentley and try to get that 4th position back. But still a 5th place finisher this week's definitely going to help Thomas Brandner in the points. He is currently back in 6th in the points, losing 2 places last week. So he can't really afford to keep losing places. He's got to pick it up. Right now he is coming into tonight was 35 points behind the leader, tied with Ross Cato. Well, he'll pull away from Ross Cato, but he's not going to gain much in points. 9 laps to go. Colton Davis out front. Roger Wagner trying to catch up with Jesse Schwartz. Jesse right there, 6th place, and Roger trying to do something here to make this pass complete and get into 6th here for a 6th place finish. Oh, there it may be right there. Jesse Schwartz just got into the wall, and Roger Wagner took advantage of that. That's all it takes right there. Late race mistake, and man, tough break for Jesse Schwartz. He's going to have more damage on that car, and he just lost that 6th place finish. Roger kind of backs it down just a little to take it easy. He knows he don't have enough laps or any time to get to Thomas Brandner in 5th. So he's just going to kind of take it easy right now and just try to stay ahead of Jesse Schwartz for that 6th place. And it looks like, boy, everybody's so spread out around the track, except for Galen Gidman and Jeffrey Porter. Gidman goes wide coming out of turn 4. Jeffrey Porter's going to take advantage of that. Porter goes into 8th, Gidman back to 9th. And Mr. B there at the end, Stephen Pearson. That'll be your top 10, folks. Been a good race here tonight. 2 cautions. This has been pretty amazing racing. We've seen Colton Davis come from all the way back to 12th place, from 12th up to the lead here. And he does clinch the most laps led here tonight, folks, with 33. Colton Davis collecting the most lap led, bonus point. Congratulations, Colton. Well deserved. Vrabel now 4.5 seconds behind him. Lloyd back to Thomas Keene. Keene had a moment there coming out of turn 2. Now's when you don't want to have those moments. That was scary. I bet you'll be checking his shorts on that one. Three laps to go, folks. Bentley Glazer, 4th place. He's done a great job coming from 9th. And Thomas Brandner from 11th to 5th. He did get up there and lead 13 laps, so he'll collect some bonus points out of that. The one they're all chasing right now, coming to take 2 to go, this time by Colton Davis. 2 more laps for Colton to bring it to victory lane. Gamevok Chevrolet, man, just been smooth tonight. And a white flag in the air, folks. One more lap for Colton Davis to bring it to victory lane. Long way back to Robbie Vrabel. He is 4.8 seconds back. Keene in 3rd. That's 1, 2, 3 as long as nobody spins or loses it coming off the turn. And here comes Colton Davis bringing on the victory here tonight. Congratulations to him for IWCR at Homestead tonight with the Gen 6s, the Ultimate Body Shop Gen 6 Series. So congrats to Colton Davis. We'll get up there in just a minute, folks. Get a word in with our top 3. So don't go anywhere. Stay with us and listen to see what these guys have to say. Start out with 3rd place, Thomas Keene. Thomas Keene, you got a copy.
Yeah, every day, got you, buddy. How's it going?
Well, congrats on 3rd place. It just seemed like at the end there, you just didn't have enough muscle to get up there with Robbie Vrabel and battle it up. But talk about your racing out there a little bit tonight.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It feels good to actually finish one of these races, so that I'll take that as a win. But number 2, but these guys, you know, I really think my team back there with Apex Racing and One Up, they really got a good setup here, and then had me a few tweaks. Just a little tight on entry at the beginning of the race there, and then it's a little bit of the push loose there off of 2 mostly, a little bit off of 4. So had to fix that, and then after I fixed that, after that first pit stop there, really felt really good rest of the race. Had no problems with it, and then I tried something there at the end. I tried to pit a little bit later than everyone.
You're killing me on
and
speed,
then
man.
It was working there. We ended up getting a position back after we did that. We got finishing 3rd instead of 4th. So, but I think I hit the tires just a little bit too much trying to catch Robbie there. I got a little loose there off of 4, and then or 2, I mean, excuse me, and then that pretty much killed that comeback for a second. But all in all, great race. A lot of clean racing. Glad we only had like 3, maybe 4 yellows. So that was a very, very nice race.
2.
2. Wow, so that's even better. You know, just you know, we had a long run set tonight, so it felt good, and it definitely felt good to be back up there competing for top 3 and a possible win. So it felt really good tonight, and then hopefully we can keep it up here, and we'll keep learning, and then we'll just take that on the next week here. I don't know where we go, but
Gateway.
Well, Gateway. So that's gonna be an interesting race. So it's gonna be a learning experience there next week. But I feel good. We'll just have to continue. We'll take one week at a time.
All right, brother. Anybody you want to thank tonight?
I want to thank my good Lord God and Savior Jesus Christ. I want to thank you, Rudy. I always love going back and watching the broadcast, and I know Scott's always here sometimes. You have different people here, but I know that you guys do a great job. So thanks to you guys. I want to give a big shout out to my spotter T-Bro, Travis Browder. Really came in tonight. Really helped me out. Was able to give me feedback on the car and lap times when I needed it, and tell me what lines I was running compared to what everyone else was running. So great feedback from him. I want to thank my teammates over there at Apex Racing and One Up Motorsports. I want to thank everyone in this race, everyone there in that top 10, great battling. It was a really fun race, and I want to thank Daniel Smallwood, Michael Gonzalez, Calvin Troy, good friends of mine, and then thank my parents as always. Without them, I wouldn't have this, so big shout out to them. I love you guys, and all in all, great race.
All right, Thomas. Well, thanks a lot. Congrats on 3rd, and we'll see you next week at Gateway.
Thank you, really appreciate it.
Robbie Vrabel, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, 2nd place for you tonight, Robbie. Good comeback, though. It was kind of looking like you were going to be pretty strong, one to be reckoned with out there tonight. Led 27 laps, started in the 8th position, and finished 2nd. But just seemed like Colton was just a little bit too much for everybody out there tonight. It looked to me, and maybe I'm wrong, but you can kind of clarify this for me. Was your car better on the short run or the long run?
Depending on how I drove it. The first run I drove it how I would describe it, like an idiot. Just drove it for everything it was worth, which is not something I should be doing. It's something that I've tried to get away from. But the 2nd run, I started to drive it more like a human. The 3rd run there, I really took it easy and was following Colton. But I learned the differences between me and Colton, both what we were driving and how we were driving. So I feel I improved. But like I said, that first run, I just drove it for all it was worth, and that was probably the dumbest thing I could have done, just getting carried away. Settled down, started driving it more like a human being, and kept the right front on it. That first run, I think I wore the right front about 7 or 8% more than the right rear. Just driving how you're not supposed to. It was a good display of driving how you shouldn't, and then I cleaned it up for the last few runs there, which was a good improvement. So I'll take 2nd.
Well, it's things that we always we learn from one another out here, and that's why it's always good to have teammates or friends that you can share things to learn like that. So I mean, if you learn something off of Colton tonight, that's great. You took something out of this race. But a 2nd place, a great finish for you. This should really help you out again in the points this week. You're already 3rd. Galen kind of had a not such a good finish tonight. And you were 14 points behind him. So it should help you close up that gap just a little bit more. So not too bad for coming back and picking up 3 spots last week. That's a pretty good finish.
Yeah, well, it'll depend on if they run Gateway or not. I don't really know if we're going to be there for that. Like I said, like I told you before the race, I've never turned a lap there in the Cup car before, and I know we don't have a setup for it. So with everything going on for the pro races coming up and whatnot, I don't know if we're going to have time to sit down and build something from scratch for Gateway. But shout out to Keen there. He put on a strong run. I know they're working with One Up. We were with them for a while too. We know what kind of stuff they got, and they're a fun group to work with. Hudson, Jason Miller, all those guys, fun group. They know how to build some pretty fast setups. So
yeah.
Good for them.
Very good. All right. Well, anybody you want to thank tonight for your 2nd place finish, Robbie?
Absolutely. Everybody at Air Precision Chassis Works for everything that they do. Cars are always fast and fun to drive when I'm driving them properly. I'm not like I was in the first run. Gamebox Gaming Servers, A10 Hawaiian Ice, Brad Newman Photography, and I Analyze Racing for coming on board for the pro season.
Very good. All right. Well, we'll see you. Maybe we'll see you next week. I don't know. If you go to Gateway, and maybe something will come out, and you'll come up with a setup for it. Have you tried maybe like a short track setup of some kind, like Martinsville or something? Or
No, might be a base on what we use. Might try a New Hampshire setup or something.
yeah, there you go.
There you go. I'm not too sure. Like I said, I haven't turned a lap there at all, so we'll see what comes up throughout the week. We got the pro race on Tuesday for Homestead. I'm excited for it. I love the track. I just need to drive how I did the last few runs Tuesday, and then I should be all right. So,
right.
Again, just want to thank you as well for doing the broadcast. It's always fun to go back and watch.
Okay, thank you, Robbie, and hopefully
Yes,
we'll see you next week. And congrats on the second place tonight.
Thanks, man.
All right, Colton Davis, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, great win here tonight. Congratulations, Colton. Man, what a finish that was. You had quite the lead over your teammate there, Robbie Vrabel. Talk about your racing, because it took you a while to get it figured out to get up there, but you did wind up leading the most laps here tonight with 38 laps.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun race, starting from, I don't know, P12 or something like that, trying to drive through the field. Really fun racing, Robbie and Bentley. And it was good seeing Thomas up there, too. Don't really see him up there that much, but after about 30 laps, that first run, I knew I had something, because Jimmy, who I use as my benchmark all the time, he was about 2/10 off of me, and I was watching, and I was 2/10 quicker than Jesse, who was leading at the time. So I think we just got lucky with how the cautions fell and how people wrecked and stuff like that. So,
well, this is something that I usually ask every week, but how much better was the car out in clean air versus back in the pack and dirty air?
I couldn't tell that much a difference, because I was running such a odd line compared to everyone else. So
you couldn't tell that much of a difference?
No.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's usually I hear the total opposite of that. I hear, man, it was just so much better on clean air. But well, that's good to know. A different line sometimes can make a difference in how the car feels. And well, whatever line it was you were running tonight worked perfect for you, Colton. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. I wouldn't change a thing. You did absolutely amazing out here tonight. Great show, bringing home the victory here tonight. So anybody you want to give a shout out to or thank for this victory?
Sorry for cutting you off there. I want to thank APC, Aero Precision, Chassis Works, building some phenomenal setups week in, week out. GameVox, Hawaiian Ice, and most of all, Randall Fox Photography for coming on just this last week.
Very good, very good. All right, Colton, we'll go celebrate that. Break open the bottle of champagne. Congrats on your win. Well-deserved victory here tonight.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, let's run down through the results here, folks. Colton Davis coming home with the win for IWCR tonight. Robbie Vrabel second. Thomas Keene will finish third. Bentley Glazer fourth. Thomas Brandner finishing fifth. Roger Wagner's great run for Roger tonight. He'll finish sixth. Jeffrey Porter seventh. Jesse Schwartz eighth. Galen Gidman ninth. Stephen Pearson rounds out the top 10. Bernard Person in 11th. Jordan Churchill 12th, Randall Drake 13th, Scott Bolster 14th, Chris Pence 15th, Ross Cato 16th, Brent Lay finishing 17th, Joshua Schwartz 18th, Logan Powers 19th, Justin Warner 20th. Jimmy Mullis will finish 21st, Nathan Sedlick 22nd, Kevin Spaulding 23rd, Tyler Stooksbury in 24th, Tony Pizarro out early finishing in 25th, Mark Robertson 26th, and Robert Riley, wow, what an upset for him. Just can't seem to get a break. Man, I feel bad for the guy. Good friend of mine, good buddy, and he will finish 27th. So, wow. All right, so again, congratulations to Colton Davis here for IWCR, folks. Thanks for watching tonight on MaxSpeedTV, and we'll be back Sunday night here for SRA. Until then, folks, stay safe and have a good night.